Hey, welcome everybody. My name is François Letarte for my role-playing channel, and yeah, I'd like to ramble a little bit about role-playing games, of course. It's been a while since I've made a video in English, so you're due. I have finished up this week my school years of school activities related to role-playing games. And I do realize something this year, especially since it's not the first year I'm doing that, but there will be a big hole in my life. It will feel suddenly empty. Outside these games I was making, I'm into some games with my friends. We pretty much finished a campaign of Uncharted Worlds, and I want to renew, the experience on that time slot. Okay, it was a Wednesday evening game. It has been for me since 6 years. I've began with making a campaign of True 20, and after that, that spot was taken by some players. Some other games came on that spot, which was fine. But I decided to pull the plug. I think I've made a video on that. And I'm playing Fantasy Age with some friends in person every 2 weeks when the game happens, and I'm enjoying that. Okay, it's a really beer and pretzel type of game. Okay, we're leaning out. There's some intrigue, and we're taking that lightly. There are big stuff going on in the world, but we are adventurers trying to take the best out of the situation. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what will be left for me for the next mostly 4 months. Uh, I will run some games at the library for kids, which I will probably enjoy them as usual, but not much role playing games. Yeah, there's an empty spot that has just been created right now because, well, I think the closest thing to real role playing investment this year was these activities, these high school activities. Yeah, I can consider Fantasy Age to be something that has taken much investment from me, since like I said, it was more a casual game. Um, what is so different from the different years and the years before? Um, well, maybe I had more other games running for my own self, so maybe I was still into role playing games. The other thing is that I was making less games in high school. I was basically most of the year I had two in-person game in high school, and this year, well, it was double. It was 4 games a week. Every lunchtime of my work week, I was going there with a sandwich, okay, and running myself to be on time and be prepared and having a blast for 45 minutes, which was full of stuff happening, and then going that back with that in my head and trying to write some short messages to different players just to prepare them for next session, because I had to clear my head and be ready for the next day's group, which had a totally different adventure. Yeah, 4 times a week from Monday to Thursday, I was making my lunchtime with role playing games, which was very intense mentally, physically, morally. But it was all worth it. Well, you would say, oh, at least you had a break on Friday. No, it's not true. I was giving a musical course. I was giving a music lesson. So every lunchtime of my work week was taken by some other activities. I need money, so since I'm working, um, it was worth it. All these efforts was worth it. It was very intense. Okay, but I think I've made some players enjoy it a lot. some new players started their own game inspired by the fact that they wanted to play more, and I said to them, well, start your own game. And that's what they actually are doing. Many players are writing to me right now. I have some exchange, even though it's finished, just to finish stuff up, asking questions. They would have taken more. Personally, I think I would too. I would have. Because that was the closest thing of real role playing that I had. What is the part that might not be real? Well, it was lack of time. We couldn't get ourselves into big role play moments, and it was kind of always, we were always on the practical side of the game just to make things moving. But a lot of stuff was happening, and they were having a blast, which is highly satisfying. Beyond the fact that I was paid for that, it's highly satisfying. Would I wish to have a real game? Yeah. Could it be with some of those kids? Yeah, there are big potentials here, but it's not my intent. In fact, I want to take a break. Like I said, it was taking a toll on mostly on my health. I was able to manage that, to manage my my energy to make things going on and be able to get through all of it. But that intensity, just in a snap of a finger, since it has stopped. Right now, I'm going to have dinner with my parents, which hasn't happened. Well, during the work week, I have been invited by my parents, which was not possible. So I'm kind of lost. I have free time, and I feel that, like a drug addict person or someone who has an addiction to something, there will be something missing. I feel right now my body is kind of ready to go to high school and play, but it won't happen because it's over. Up until next school year, I will have free time on my lunchtime, which, yeah, I'm confused because of the intensity of this year, especially. Like I said, double the number of sessions per weeks. But it will be a good thing to fight over this desire to absolutely, let's start a new game, okay? Because that's where my mind wants to bring me, and I'm telling you, right now my mind is plotting without my consent about starting a new game. Okay, one side of my brain is tossing through the games that I have, and it shouldn't. I don't want that, but I can't help it. There's something going on in my brain. It wants to play, but it won't be a good idea. Since it was taking its toll, like I said, on my body, my time. I need that break. I need to be strong enough, which will probably happen, to just clear out my brain, clear out of my body of that intensity, make something else than role-playing game, just to bring me back next year fresh, okay, and ready. I will have to work on their stuff. I will have to open the books maybe in 2 weeks, just to make sure I'm all straight with my notes before getting into the real break. Because I also had questions from the kids, so I need to answer them. But right now I'm into a little musical project that's taking a lot of time for me, so I can't do it right now. But that's the thing. There's a big hole, big gap in my life suddenly. And my favorite hobby has a big gap into it. So I will have to content myself with my Fantasy Age game when it will happen, because during the summer there will be a lot of players on their vacation time, their holidays, and yeah, well, not the high school, but the library thing I'm doing with Hero Kids and all this stuff, that will be cool, but it won't be that high of a fix. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. So yeah, that was what was on my mind. So thank you for listening. François Letarte for my role playing channel, and up to next time. I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.